my guy, we're back. My guys, we're back. Yeah, we finished the cave portion of Stoneback Hill quest. We're about to go talk to the Thane. Hopefully, stop off at the store first and clear my inventory. As you near the cumbering wall that runs the perimeter of the summit of Stoneback Hill, you're suddenly startled with a voice from behind you. You turn and realize that all is not right. The hair on the back of your neck says, "Behold, is it? Oh boy, it's Trungar." Standing only a dozen yards from you, along with 5 armed men in leather armor, is Trungar, the advisor of the Thane Pyro. You first conclude that it was the Voronthal that hunted the summit of Stoneback Hill. Trungar smiles and bows deeply as the 5 men around him spread out at his side, their hands gripping their hilts of long swords slung from their belts. The curse of Stoneback Hill lifted forever, laughed Trungar, the inflection of his voice making the sentiment seem almost anything but genuine. I must say, fine work indeed, Alison. It is, however, a pity that a good thing shall have to hear that you perish at the hands of the creature you were sent to slay, which will mean, of course, that the curse of this ground remains very real. Begin to ask Trungar about his business, what his business is here, and what he means by the words he has just spoken, but he cut off his sentence and continues to speak. Okay. Don't let me talk, then. Trungar continues speaking as his men move slowly to circle you. You learn that he's the leader of a band of highwaymen who have launched raids on the travelers and merchants moving along the forest roads in the vicinity of Stoneback Hill. So there are highwaymen, and they're ran by Trungar. He and his men have used the hill as a staging ground for their raids. The legend of the curse made certain that no one would likely suspect or be foolhardy enough to come in search of the location of the encampment. You also learn that the man to rob in the graves atop the hill, unbeknownst to him, and they unwittingly unearthed the ancient Voronthal tomb, and thus the lair of the Voronthal was laid bare. The creature slaughtered 5 of my men on its own, and its undead minions took about another 5 before the rest had the sense to flee, he said, his eyes intently watching you over. As I told you before, I'm not particularly fond of dealing with the undead, but you have seen to it that I don't have to. Owing to your victory here, our staging grounds are again safe, and for that I extend you our deepest gratitude. Bruh, I just killed an undead thing. Like, you really want to fight? As Trungar's men continue to circle, your mind begins to race as you contemplate a course of action. You realize that Trungar intends to kill you here, concealing your victory over the Voronthal from the Thane Pyro, so that he and his bandits may continue to operate with impunity from the hillside, protected by an age-old curse. A curse that will be given new life when it falsely learned that you was perished in the tomb of top Stoneback Hill. Suddenly Trungar reached up and takes hold of an onyx skull amulet that dangles from a thin iron chain around his neck. Horror engulfs you as you realize it's the exact replica of the amulet he gave you at the onset of the mission, amulet you're still carrying. Trungar's amulet glows brightly, and the amulet in possession suddenly explodes, and he raises sharp fragments and stone into your flesh. Rude! Trungar nods, and 5 men now encircle you close in rapidly, their long swords poised to cut you down at their leader's behest. Fight! Now, kill them. They come to kill me, we killing them, alright? You step for the bloody corpse of your 2 victims and lock gaze on the next 2 of Trungar's men, who seem slightly taken back by the speed in which you spat their cohorts. Cut her down, growls Trungar, his stone fixed on the contest unfolding before him. She is but a woman. She'll bleed and die as well as any other. But a woman, huh? Okay. 2 advancing men nod at each other. Yep. No. Kill them. As the last of Trungar's 5 men draws with their melee range, you know, much dismayed that the base of the blade bears the insignia of Thane Pyro. The man wields his sword with a great deal of skill. You can only surmise it must be a mercenary, instead of the same who was also in league with this traitor Trungar. The man says nothing in it, but his cold stare you see is calculating the single purpose of the trained killer. Alright, we'll subdue him. So we have proof to give to the Thane. He topples over and strikes the ground hard. He's been severely battered, and though he will ultimately survive the brutal punishment sustained at your hands, he shall never again wield his weapon with such a degree of arrogance. I should not have been so bold to think that an accomplished slave of the undead would have trouble with a few roughnecks. No matter, though, you are about to receive a rather painful lesson out of combat. May the All-Father make your suffering brief. Why do they think I'm trying to subdue him? He can go to jail. I'll let Trungar, our Thane Pyro, jail his butt. I gotta carry them down the hill. At last, the battered into submission, Trungar drops to his knees and then pitches forward, his head striking the ground with alarming force, rendering him unconscious. You quickly bind him to the unmoving forms of his men using a rope you found among his possessions. Elated by your victory and thankful to have survived such a brutal conflict, you carefully search the lungs of Trungar and his 5 men, and you discover the following, which you may take. Keep your trash. Money's mine, though. Let's head back to Sryth. You descend the mountain and the Stoneback Hill takes a little over an hour. I gotta drag these fools. When you reach the base of the hill, you crouch just inside the edge of the tangled thicket of laurel and survey your surroundings, lest any remnants of Trungar's men should be loitering around the area. When you're searching the way is clear, you move away from the base of the hill and onto the forest road heading south to Sryth. You've only been walking along the road a few minutes when the sound of a wagon approaching the north reaches your ear. You step up the brush on the side of the road and await its arrival. A few minutes later, a covered wagon rolls by, escorted by 2 armed men on horseback. 2 men sit in the buckboard of the wagon, holding a long-handled axe across his lap, the other smoking a fanciful pipe. Surmising this is a merchant on the way to Sryth, you emerge from the woods and politely ask him for rides to the city. The armed men on horseback seem quite skeptical of your sudden appearance, but once it is determined that you are honest intent, the man smoking the pipe, whose wagon is as happily offers to give you a ride you ask for. You thank him and climb aboard the wagon and begins lurching forward and resumes the trek to Sryth. In the ride, the owner of the wagon, the man, introduces himself as Tridolo, tells you that he is transporting part of a valuable palo harvest to the markets of Sryth. He tells you that even with his armed guards, he is somewhat worried about the safety of the roads due to the wars, having heard the recent raids upon travelers passing through the area. Well, it's no doubt by the guiding hand of the Allfather that we made it through these Parsons Cave, he said. Perhaps these highwaymen have moved on to better pickings elsewhere. You can't help but smirk as you lean back on your perch on the buckboard and stretch your hands out behind your head. With palo merchant Tridolo prattling away in your ear, you settle back to relax on what is the final leg of the wagon ride to Sryth. When you arrive in Sryth, you bid Tridolo and his men farewell and make your way through the crowded city streets of Trin Keep. Upon your arrival, you immediately are escorted to the Thane's private chamber. As you step into the room, Thane Pyrond, whatever, rises from behind a table strewn with charts and maps and strides over to meet you in a shoulder cross. Upon taking note of your condition, Thane Pyron immediately calls for one of his healers and servants who dutifully attends to your wounds. I prayed for your safe return, Allison, he said, smiling broadly, and I praise the All-Father that he would have you standing before me yet again. It seems you must bear news of the matter at hand. Here, let us sit, and you may give me a full account. You relate your experiences in Stoneback Hill in its entirety. Thane Pyro listens intently to your description of your adventure atop Stoneback Hill, your descent into the ancient Vorin Than tomb, and your hard-fought victory over the Vorin Thal in the heart of the shadowy lair. When you arrive at the part of the story that details the treachery of Trungar, an angered expression passes over the Thane's face, and he swiftly raises from his seat. Treacherous snake, he roars. Thane Pyroid rage subsides, so when he actually relates in detail your encounter with Trungar, when you tell him you managed to leave Trungar alive, bound to the bodies of his men atop Stoneback Hill, he nods approvingly but continues to shake his head in disbelief. The Thane tells you that he will send a band of his men to round up Trungar and his outlaws. I shall request that he be brought to me alive. No matter if he dies, though, if there is no quarter to be given traitors to the halls of Trin Keep. For a good long while you sit within Thane's chamber, graciously accepting the praise that he heaps upon you and listening intently to his words, which seem to foreshadow the promise of adventure in the days and weeks to come. I have need of someone of your skill, he says, though I will not be so forward to assume that one of your remarkable abilities does not have many other pressing matters to attend to. That having been said, I ask that you not make yourself a stranger about Trin Keep. The Thane insisted you stop by from time to time, for he will likely have several tasks on which he will seek your assistance. At last, content with your victory, but happy to put the matter of Stoneback Hill behind you, you bid Thane Pyro farewell and set out from Trin Keep in the teeming streets of Sryth. About time. Congratulations, Allison. The efforts of the legendary Castle Stoneback Hill has been laid to rest, and the dangerous traitor has been removed from Thane Pyro's service. In the months that follow the mission, King Winrield of Tisa strikes down the 300-year-old king's decree that made Stoneback Hill forbidden ground. With the decree no longer in effect, efforts are soon underway to restore the old graveyard on the summit. The end. Sweet. I was saying, now how do we... Dead or alive, the hunt for the Phantom Assassin. That sounds cool. First and foremost, we need to explore the city and go to Blade Square, where we need to go to the marketplace. Search the marketplace, and then we need to sell stuff. Yes, sell the scimitar, sell the short swords, sell the rapier, sell the long sword, sell the long sword, sell the two-handed sword, sell the goblin war sword. Okay. I've been making clothes of trading. Yeah, okay. I want to sell this because it's worth much more than he's going to give me. Same with the black steel axe. Hoping no one knows we're just going through the motions, using it somehow. We might stay this way forever. Sleep through my life's endeavor. Yeah, you can have all this junk. Padded sash. Okay, rope, backpack, flask, tinderbox, shovel. I mean emerald when I need it with an emerald. Yeah, sell the elixir. I'm not using that stuff. Yep, sell it. So wheat. What's my encumbrance like now? Wheat 2, that's what we're talking about. I just wanna be going through the motion. Alright. Move elsewhere. Move to the city gates. What I'm gonna do is go back to Durnsing, which is southwest. Right? Yes. Go to my dwelling. And drop some junk. Okay. Goblin Doom is plus 10 and 5 extra to goblins, and we got agility, body, and might. What does the troll one do? Just has 5. It requires 2 hands, which I'm not happy about. So yeah, we could just drop these. We could just drop this. And we can drop this. Is it there? Yeah, okay. Put my red moss cap back on. Which is plus 7 and 2, and with aura. And then the wood skull cap was nothing. So yeah, I don't want that. But we can drop it. Okay. I should get out a pen or something and write down what these have. Alright, this is 6 of everything in spirit. This is 12 of melee stamina, body, mind, and spirit. I definitely need that. This is 9 and 14. Okay. Do I need 6 spirit? That's what the question is. Venture's Wing, plus 2 and 3, and has luck. Do I need luck? Is another question. Yes, we needed luck. But we kind of need spirit. What's the whispering ring there? Yeah. Okay. So we could drop that. What's the stone ring do? Oh yeah, this is trash. So we can drop that. What am I doing with the flask? Lantern, rope, iron wand, drop the wand. Drop the key. What does one do with the tinderbox? If I need a light of fire, gotcha. I need that then. I have a large backpack, I don't need a small one too. Okay. Shovel, rope, backpack, tinderbox, flask. Okay, well let me get rid of this, fine. Alright, we're good. We're down to 17, which is good. No, I'm not gonna do that. So now that we've done Snowbank Hill, we can join the Grey Circle now, which is in Talinas, which I guess is central. Yeah, Talinas. Oh, look, I can buy my own grand residence. Yes, we'll do that. The shrewd but honest estate merchant Faradmin is a man of great wealth who has recently acquired the deeds of numerous properties once owned by the crown. He's recently begun to sell some of these magnificent residences to interested parties. Faradmin offers you a seat across the table from him and immediately draws out a weighty tome stuffed with all manner of papers and maps. He begins to peruse them intently while asking you what sort of residence you are interested in acquiring. I've got quite a few of them in stand. Are you interested in learning about any of them? Yes. Yes, well, here is 3 that can suit you quite admirably, he said, producing several detailed documents, properties currently on sale. Have a look at these and tell me which one strikes your fancy. Wait, Willow Road Tower. Well, I'm named after Willow, so that sounds like I would do that one. It's in southwest Tisa. It's a formidable structure. And then we got Blue Maya House. It's in Forested Hills in northeast Tisa. It is an ancient structure. That's on the edge. Ancient structure. Yeah, I don't want any ancient. Okay. Is there anyone else? Alright. Yes. Well, here are 5 that can suit you quite admirably. Have a look at these and tell me what strikes your fancy. Apple River Castle. Magnificent structure. Legendary structure. Easton, not far from Trinmore. Ringdale Castle. Ancient structure. Formidable structure. I mean, I'm a lady. Of course I want magnificence. Sorry, Willow, but let's go for Apple. The residence sold by among the most renowned and greatest structures in all of North Broadlands. Each resident has a secure storeroom where you can sort to 750 individual items in an organized fashion. Well-maintained coach, including every resident, are able to bear you swiftly to various destinations throughout the kingdom. Your residence also provides a safe location to save your game and rest. You can rename your residence once you own it. You acquire various upgrades of your residence, some functional and others purely aesthetic. It's only 200 gold? Wow. How magnificent can it be? Yeah, give it to me. Sweet. There's my residence, Apple River Castle. Faradmin thanks you for your purchase and tell you that certainly you're going to feel very much at home in your new residence. He wishes you well, make your way at the new proud odor of Apple River Castle. Alright, what I came here for is to visit the Grey Circle compound. The wall compound of the stone buildings in the southern quarter of the city is home to Grey Circle and Talinas. From a mound of raised earth in the center of the compound, soaring high above the rooftops of the buildings that surround it rises a tall tower of grey stone. 2 guards stand on duty before the set of heavy iron gates that breach the surrounding wall, and as you approach the gates you detect a faint blue glimmer in the weathered iron. See to enter the compound. Thank you, please and thank you. They demand to know my business, so I want to see the Archmage. One of your requests is into the compound, and several minutes later, a flushed young man appears at the gates bearing your reply. It tells the Archmage Lerolin has received your request and has agreed to meet with you. The heavy iron gates shimmer brightly for a moment, and then swing slightly open. You bid the guards a good day and step to the gates and into the compound. The young man leads you through the city-like compound and the stone buildings to the tower. In the center there, you are led to the chamber high in the tower, where you find yourself face-to-face with the Archmage of Telenus. The Archmage of Telenus, John Theleron, is a young man who looks no older than perhaps 30. He welcomes you in this chamber and quietly inquires the nature of your visit. Archmage Theleron studies you with deep questioning eyes as you introduce yourself. I'd like to join the Grey Circle. Archmage Theleron smiles when he tells you that when you tell him that you wish to join the Grey Circle. After several moments, he continues to salute you in silence. At length, the Archmage breaks his silence and tells you that he would be more than happy to grant you admittance into the Grey Circle. You're already versed in magic. That much is plain to me. You'll find us in the Grey Circle has much to offer as member mages, novices, and masters alike. Sweet! Archmage Theleron wishes you well and turns you over to the white-haired man in blue robes who bows deeply upon making your acquaintance. Frabin is our resident master of elementalism, says Archmage with a degree of. He shall handle all necessary affairs regarding your admittance into our circle. I shall see you again in a few moments, Allison. Fabian informs you that the monetary donation is required to join the Grey Circle. He tells you that based on the Archmage Theleron has communicated in regards to your admittance fee will be 550 gold. Sure. Fabian accepts your admittance fee and leads you from the Archmage's chamber to a lower level within the tower, where you enter a wide circular chamber where 12 robed mages are gathered. Archmage Theleron steps forth from the group of mages and bows cordially before introducing you by the name of other spellcasters present. Following the introduction, the Archmage conducts a small but elaborate ceremony designed to welcome you to the circle, and as he speaks, the other mages bow their heads solemnly. The ceremony ends with the Archmage posing a direct question to you. Allison, he said, his tone suddenly flat and somewhat cold. You must forever adhere to the rules that bind together our fellowship of mages. Therefore, I ask now, you swear to all present your undying allegiance to the Grey Circle. It is our oath of fellowship, and it is an oath that should not be taken idly. Sure. Archmage Theleron smiles as you swear the oath of fellowship, and he strides forward and meets you in a shoulder cross. He welcomes you to the Grey Circle. In turn, the other mages that are present each congratulate and welcome you. I've little doubt I shall see you before too long, said the Archmage before you depart from the chamber. Until then, be well, Allison. Several of the mages take you on a lengthy tour of the walled compound until you at last arrive at the large stone building close to the tower known as the main hall. Step into the main hall. In the main hall, located in the heart of Grey Circle compound in the city of Telenus, a fire roars at one end of the hall, and several long wooden tables run on nearly the entirety of the broad arched chamber. Several of your fellow Grey Circle members are present in the hall, some reading, some meditating, and others just talking quietly among themselves. It is from here that you may explore the compound and take advantage of many opportunities that the Grey Circle affords the members of its magic-wielding fellowship. How about we do some magic training? Alright. I have destruction? I do not have destruction. Alright. I'm leaving. I gotta leave 2 off. So I have restoration, I have divination, I have gating, I have necromancy, I have fortification, I have conjuration. I don't have destruction, I don't have elemental. Do I have telekinesis? I don't have telekinesis. I have fortification, I have illusion. Do not have illusion. Alright, so we'll leave elementalism and destruction. How about that? We'll just do telekinesis. Yep, hit it. Sweet. And then we'll take fortification. We'll take illusion, gaining restoration, divination. So wheat. And then we'll get the other 2 from the swamp. It's Mingo. We spent a good long time conversing with the fellow mages of the Grey Circle in the main hall, despite the overall pleasant atmosphere that seems permanent. You cannot help but feel that from time to time you're being watched. Alright, let's leave. Alright. What I'm gonna do is train up. I have a couple new powers. I need to go to the windowless blue door and get my saved stored experience for telekinesis and illusion. So, elementalism, destruction, and shadow magic are all that are left in powers. Then we got horsemanship, seamanship, weaponry, trollbot, and weaponry lances is all that's left. In skills, I probably can just go buy these two, but I don't want to. But yeah, we got the experience for them, so let's power up. Let's do illusion first. Power up, power up, and then we'll finish that episode here. And then what we'll do in the next one is we'll do the swamp, the Murk it's called. We'll do those quests to get the other powers, and then I will look into how to get seamanship and horsemanship. And once we do that, we'll start back at Hawklore and do every quest there is possible to do from a place of power. And I'll be a real adventurer, and I'll be renowned. Power up, I'm on fire! Might as well go up to 76 powers. Let's just do all of them to 76. Alright. Gating, illusion, necromancy, restoration, telekinesis. Alright, powers. Roll up to 76. And what we got going for skills. Now we got, wow, we're in the 80s of the skills. Right then. Alright, what I want to do is we'll check our rank right quick. We're at 106, so wheat. Best in stabbing and weaponry. We're number 9 there. So wheat. Alright, so like I said, we're going to end this episode here. We had a long one last time. And then next we'll do the Merc so we can get the rest of the powers and be done with powers. And then we will go ahead and figure out how to get seamanship and horsemanship. And then we'll work on some of the quests. Probably do the shadow magic quest, which is in one of the proving ground quests. So we can get shadow magic too, because why not? Why wouldn't we want to get shadow magic too? So we'll see you next time. You know what I'm gonna say. Peace.